Let's get started. Let me see who else is joining. Anybody else? Says there's one in the waiting room. Who's waiting? Message. Oh, here it is, Amber. There we go. Welcome, Amber.
Good afternoon, I guess. Thank you.
Sorry. I had to try to figure out because yours came in saying that you were in the waiting room, and I'm like, waiting room?
Yeah, yeah, I was. It just says the host has started the meeting, so we'll let them know when we'll let them know you're here.
Yeah, I have to be very when I'm doing the Zoom, I have to make sure I'm looking at the screen because things pop up on the sides.
Yes. Thank
Anyway,
you.
let's get started like usual. I'm Angel. I'm your host for Mastermind. I'm also the launch coach here at Keller Williams Casey Metro. So no, I know all you guys know me. So I like to start with asking the same questions I do every week is what did you do last week to grow your business? To grow your business. And let's start with, if it's okay, with Anna. Can you hear me, Anna?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Anna. What did you do last week to grow your business?
Um, on Friday, I passed out a lot of my flyers for Halloween, so that's what I did to grow my business.
Oh, great,
Yeah.
great. Did you get any responses? Anybody?
I got
Um,
a few conversations out of some people,
mhm.
that had some questions about real estate and whatnot. So, yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's very good. So, very important that when you're doing that stuff, if you get a live body that you start talking to, make sure that you try to get their contact info to put in your command system, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. And okay, how about Jeff? Jeff, what did you do last week to get build your business?
I hosted another open house
Okay,
um on Saturday. So
okay.
uh
Did you get
only one
any live bodies?
only one couple showed up, so
Oh, good. Did they have an agent?
yeah.
Okay.
'Cause
Well,
apparently the lady had looked at the house before, but she was coming back to look at it with her partner. So
oh, okay. When you encounter that, just remember, find out who their agent is and just shoot their agent a little hello and say, hey, I
they
just want
had
to let you know that your clients are viewing the house again.
they had the agent with them. The agent was there.
The agent was with them. Fantastic. Okay. So, who else do we have? Amber.
I had an open house last weekend. For my own neighborhood, I printed out some of those candy cards and kind of did the double-sided um, tape with the small chocolate pieces to hand out.
Mhm.
No real kind of conversations really took place because we were just kind of handing them out and stuff. But I do have another buyer agency agreement and they are ready to go. So we even went and looked at the houses at 8:30 and 9 p.m. last night because that was the only time they had available. So
Oh,
um,
okay.
and we may be going back to look at the same one of those houses for the second time in daylight. So it's looking pretty promising.
Oh, that's fantastic. Now, Amber, how many buyer agencies do you have? Because I have you on the board for 4.
I think this would be the fifth one. I'll have to double check if it's the fifth and sixth. I just signed this one 2 days ago. I think I may not have added you, so I'll add you in there.
Okay, can you go through all of them and make sure that I am added as admin on there so
Okay,
I can see them?
I'll double check.
So
Yes,
that this will be number 5 for you then, right?
yes.
I'm just making a note here so I can put it up on the board. And did you say they've already signed?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and update the board too. And so buyer's agency, okay, great, fantastic, fantastic. Let's see. Alice, good morning. I mean, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing great. What did you do last week to grow your business? I know you and
Well,
I were here having some good old fun doing YouTube on Friday.
yes, I have been networking with some of my YouTube. You don't have a YouTube.
Huh?
Instagram. We were doing Instagram, Angel.
Oh, I have a YouTube channel. I took that video that you and I created and put it on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
awesome. Good job,
yeah.
Angel. I need to
See?
get my long form video for the week going. But in the meantime, otherwise, I've been building relationships and events with some partners. And I also took a lot of like B-roll footage for videos so that I don't just have to have my face in every video. And when I want to shoot a video any old random time, I can have my face maybe for 3 seconds and then have some footage of neighborhoods and hot spots around Kansas City going in the background and not have to
Fantastic.
steal those from online videos somewhere and then get sued
Fantastic.
for copyright.
Now, Alice, I'm gonna put you on the spot, because, I hope
That's
it's
me.
okay.
Okay.
Can you share with the group, the 2 events that you're putting together, which, are amazing?
The one that I am putting together is on December 9th. It is a toy drive. I am partnering with Kansas City Beer Co. They are letting me use their space and they are providing also a gift card. For every toy someone brings in for kids age 4 to 17, they can receive a raffle ticket and the prize is a $50 Beer Co. gift card and a $100 Visa gift card. And there will be some other things going on that night at Casey Beer Co. There'll be live music, scent-based beer suggestions, and just a night of fun. That's for Christmas. And are you talking about the movie night? Is that the other
Yeah,
event?
yeah. Talk to them about movie night.
Well, and then
How you, did it with the specific, neighborhood.
Ivanhoe again, just so I'm focusing on farming and, you know, doing some things in the Ivanhoe neighborhood. I am with Angel sponsoring their winter movie night. They have a movie night for their kids and families, and they just wanted to have some responsibilities taken off their plate. So Angel's helping me sponsor their movie night. We will provide their snacks, drinks, and candy or something like that so that it can be exciting for them. And they're going to put our branding on their popcorn and stuff like that. So that'll be exciting. They just get to come over, watch. They have a big projector, and all the families come and they have a little movie night.
Isn't that fantastic, folks? Now that is an awesome way to, scale your business, which we'll be talking about a little after this. Okay, so I think, um, let's see, I wanna make sure I got everybody, which I did. I have everybody. Unless Noel, oh, we have Noel here, a seasoned agent in live here in the office. Do you want to share how you, grew your business last week?
I've mainly just been working with my buyers right now, but I went to a Halloween party this weekend and talked to a lot of young couples that are eventually gonna wanna buy. So,
Fantastic.
I didn't really make our conversation about real estate, but like Henry and I will be hanging out with them more. So I'm just gonna organically grow that relationship or those relationships, so
Mhm.
I'll be their go-to.
Awesome, awesome.
And
What do
I,
you have in your pipeline right now?
well, right now I have like 5 buyers,
Okay.
and then I have some potential people, like I have a couple working on their credit right now, so they're
Okay.
not ready to buy yet, but they should be at the beginning of the year. That's, I mean,
Okay.
pretty,
Well, thank you for sharing. Okay, and now I'm sure that everybody logged into the tracker and submitted that by, it's usually done, submitted, it needs to be submitted by 10 a.m. on Mondays. If you don't know how to do your tracker, it's a form to let us know how you're growing your business week to week. And it's good to submit that to us, and that way we can keep track of you guys. And I believe um, I haven't pulled it up yet, but um, I'm not sure who submitted. I think Jeff, did you submit yours, right?
I
Yeah.
did too, Amber.
Okay, great, great. It's a good thing to always submit that digital tracker along with this meeting that we have. It's just, it shows that you are, working on growing your business. So it's wonderful to have that, accountability to go along with it. Okay. And so anyway, with that said, guys, you know that you are the CEO of your businesses. So, and what we do here week to week, is to try to help you, move forward, in your business. It's the, boots on the ground, so to speak. And in order to scale your business, to the next level, we need to be making sure you're doing certain things. And I know every time we meet, I probably hit on a lot of the same stuff, but one way to scale your business is to track your business. And the only way you're gonna track your business is somebody waiting. Nope, nope. I think I got everybody. To track your business is to make sure you're working with your CRM system, your command system, making sure that you have automated follow-ups set up, which I know Command does. It sends you little notes that says you haven't touched this person. So make sure that you're following up on that. Uh, and so make sure that you have everyone in your system. Well, not everybody needs to be set up, like you don't want to set up your vendors on that, but yeah, what I'm talking about is the individuals that you know are going to bring you money. Make sure that you have them on automated so it can remind you that you need to reach out to them, okay? And manage your day. It's a really good thing your CRM will help you manage your day, okay? And also, there's individuals that I meet with and I go over the KPAs. We give you sort of a system to follow, a kind of a schedule. I believe, Amber, you and I talked about it, and you saw that when we talked about your KPA, it kind of provided you a schedule that you followed, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, now you can change that any which way you want. You don't have to follow that same schedule, but it's a form of accountability, folks. It keeps you on track to grow your business. And one it tells you from Monday through Sunday what you're doing. I think it gives you Sundays off actually, but Monday through Friday, it gives you a whole schedule on, lead generation, door knocking, farming your town, working in your neighborhoods, all kinds of, it gives you all kinds uh, it gives you that schedule that you can follow. That way you have a form of, okay, this is what I'm doing right now. This is what I'm working on right now. And, make sure you're starting your day, early. And I know that a lot of you folks are dual careers, and and I know that a lot of you are parents. So you take the schedule and you rearrange it the way you need it to work for you, okay? But make sure that you're following a schedule, or else your business is not going to grow, unfortunately. And that is the truth. And also, make sure you're tracking your pipeline, make sure that make sure, when I have, um, uh, three people on my pipeline that's I'm actually working with on a daily basis to close deals, I'm making sure that I'm reaching out to every single one of them to make sure they're on track. And if I have a client that's not ready to buy, for example, but I gave him a person to work with to improve their credit or get them on the right track for them to be shopping in 6 months, let's say. But I'm making sure that I'm following up with that individual to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Because if you don't contact them, I guarantee you that they will slip off a little bit. So make sure that you are tracking your pipeline, okay? Uh, the other thing is, guys, I'm all about a niche. Because, excuse me. I'm all about a niche because if you're trying to land sales north of the river, downtown, Johnson County, uh, 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 you know, uh, all over the board. Let's say you're all over the board between both states, you're going to burn out. There's a thing called burnout in real estate, and it happens pretty quickly, especially when you're not concentrated. Okay, and what I mean by that is that it's better to have a niche and a concentration, and that is another way to grow your business. To that, like for example, become the downtown specialist in condos. Work with historic homes, become a specialist in historic homes in Kansas City. Become an expert in new construction. And you see how your niche is now, you take this huge package and now you're making it a little smaller, and that's the business you're trying to grow. Work with investment properties. Become an expert in investment properties. Um, uh, you know, become the go-to agent for first-time buyers, military, relocation, downsizing seniors. Just it's good to have a niche. You want to sell. You're not going to turn around a sale that's going to come from outside of your niche, but concentrate on a niche and make sure you're marketing to that, you're growing that business. If you need education in that business, get education in that niche and be the expert. Be the expert in your farm. Don't try to farm like 10 neighborhoods. Narrow it down to one neighborhood or possibly two, the neighboring one, and become the expert in those neighborhoods. Assimilate, become part of the fabric of that neighborhood. Any questions so far? Questions? Come on, guys, we need, a little bit of participation, that's how we also grow as agents, okay? Let's, make sure that you're thinking about questions that I can help answer or get answers for you, okay? Anyway, so let's move on, the biggest thing is that we try to be all over the board, and we don't have a system. So you have to create a system for your business. It's so important to have a system and follow a system. There's there's agents that thrive on rules and systems. You know, they follow these systems. And let me tell you, they're rainmakers because they have a system. For example, they're time blocking because they want to prevent what I spoke about earlier about burnout. So when you have a system, you can prevent that burnout. You know, you wake up in the morning and you say, time blocking. This is the most critical operational system that you have. You have to have time blocking, folks. Time blocking is so important. Um,
Angel, can
uh,
I ask a question?
yeah, go
Kind
ahead.
of farming your own neighborhood, like you were
Uh-huh.
sort of talking about before. Um, I would love to know what has worked for other people or what things that they are trying. I have done two separate things and really haven't generated much. I do live in a neighborhood where I feel like everybody's just always indoor. There is not as much opportunity to be, talking to neighbors or running into neighbors unless I'm walking in the afternoon, like, taking a stroll or actually door knocking. And you and I sort of talked about I'm not
Uh-huh.
the cold calling and the door knocking
Yeah.
personality.
Uh-huh.
So, um, but what I had done is I had done the Chiefs calendar, the magnet one, that I had put in the bags and had my kids help me hang it on people's door. So we did that, and before that I had done like just a intro letter, same thing, just kind of like, stuck it in people's door saying, hey, I'm a neighbor, I'm a realtor. These both things happened about 2 months apart from each other. um I'm just kind of curious what things have worked for other folks, kind of farming their own neighborhood and just kind of getting their name out there. Or what you would suggest, something that could also be beneficial.
Don't worry about the awkward silence. I'm just wondering if somebody can jump in and say something, or if not, okay. So this is what I would say. In a neighborhood where, now these are just ideas that I have, in a neighborhood where, um, no one is outdoors, so to speak, right? Outdoors, they don't hang out in their front lawns, you don't really get to meet the neighbors, everybody's in their houses.
Right.
Um, I would recommend starting with your closest neighbor that you do actually know or talk to. And creating some type of book club or a part, something like a driveway get together, on the nice days, of course. Or I don't know if you guys do driveway get-togethers, but a driveway get-together or sponsor a game night. Like, people love board games, you know. Some people don't, but you can invite and have, hey, tonight I'm having uh, a few board games out that I want neighbors to come out, and you pick you have a table, or you have a couple of tables where you put different game boards out, and people can just gather in the ones they think is fun, and you can sponsor that. You see what I mean? And it gives you an opportunity to meet your neighbors, and have some fun at the same time. Because remember, we're not always selling, but we got to be in their thoughts. So you can quickly just remind them, who you are and what you do, and this is a way for you to get to know your neighbors and the neighborhood, and see what's going on in the neighborhood, so you know how to better serve people in that neighborhood. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that makes sense. I do live in a neighborhood with that we have an elementary school at the corner, so I do know that we do have a lot of families here with younger kids. So something like game kind of night that incorporates maybe families or even little kids could be a thing.
Yeah, yeah, just come up with creative ways to uh creative ways to farm the neighborhood. Just be creative. Or, springtime comes. Do folks like to plant in your neighborhood, or they don't?
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, just come up with some simple ideas that will gather people together, you know. And so it's just like Alice was saying, she's getting that whole toy drive together, you know. But it's for a specific neighborhood, for the Ivanhoe neighborhood. She has her one neighborhood that she's not all over the board. She's getting stuff. She's sponsoring movie night we're sponsoring movie night for the Ivanhoe neighborhood. So she narrows it down. She's trying to get out and get to know those people. You might think of ideas like that, that'll bring folks together in your neighborhood. So, getting back to the time blocking, which is very important. Um, for, let's say, example, from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m., I mean, from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., I'm gonna be lead generating. And from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., I'm gonna be responding to emails, checking paperwork, having a little bit of lunch. You gotta take care of yourself, remember that. You know, from 1 to 5, I'm going to on appointments, showings, listing presentations, uh, create a client checklist, scheduling, all this stuff is to help you stay on top of their brains, that you are their go-to agent, okay? Now, also, when you're trying to grow your business, and when you get to this point, there's going to be a time that you're going to be so busy, and I know all of you are gonna get there. You're gonna be so busy, you're not gonna have time to do certain things. And what I recommend at that point is, maybe it's time that you are, and by the way, and this is a good time in your business, that you're so busy, you can't get to these paperwork. Maybe it's time that you start thinking, you know what, I'm going to hire me a transaction coordinator. So they can take care of the paperwork, and it's gonna free my time for me to do my marketing, my sales strategy, my time blocking, my lead generation, all that, or going out and looking at new neighborhoods that are being erected. Because my niche is new construction. So you gotta know your area. So this will, when you get to that point where you're so busy that you have a TC, it's amazing. I can tell you right now, I do have a TC, and I love that she'll send me an email and saying, hey, this needs to be done. I'll take care of it. Just, get me this and I'll write it up, all great stuff. It's just, it's good stuff. Um, and so, that's a way of leveraging your business. So it frees you up to grow your business. Um, media, media. I can't talk enough about um the social media, guys. I just started. I don't know if you guys have seen my very first YouTube, but I made one. I was always afraid to do social media, well, to do YouTube, but Alice set me up with a teleprompter app, which is really fun. And I can actually look at my phone and record myself at the same time, and it does the speech for me, and I can just sit there and talk like normal, although I kind of look a little dorky, but it's okay. At least I'm doing it, and the more you do it, the better you get. So, a way of leveraging your business is to let people see you. Social media is, I mean, make sure that you're getting on your socials, your Instagram, your Facebook, your Snapchats. What else is out there that folks love? Your LinkedIn, if you're generating more towards finding agents and that kinds of stuff. But make sure that you're on social media, guys. This is how you're going to scale up your business. And scaling up is what you want to do. And I know you're not there yet. Some of you are just brand new and you're just getting your feet wet. But I noticed that some of you are just doing amazing work on social media. And so you gotta start it right away. You gotta start your business right away. You gotta start those social. Now, Jeff, let me talk to you for a minute, because I don't
Sure.
believe you do a lot of socials, do you?
Not really, no. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm not really all that active as far as like uh posting stuff about like my daily life and things. Like I've posted about the open houses I was doing, but I'm not really all that active as far as posting about like my own personal stuff. At least as far as things like Facebook and Instagram. I
Okay,
do post on Reddit a lot.
okay. I've heard about Reddit. I haven't been in there, but I've heard about some folks posting on Reddit. Okay, you do know that most of your community is probably on these social medias, and I just recommend that you at least try doing some of your own videos. Like I do know that you post open houses that you're doing, and you also share videos from other agents, which is great. But I want to actually see you on your socials, see what you're doing. Not a day in the life, but you can talk about a specific area in your farm that it's a great it's a great coffee house in the neighborhood. This is the best bread company in our neighborhood. Fresh baked bread area. I mean, that kinds of stuff. So let people see you. Like, walk around and create those contents are what people drive people to your page, and that's a
Mhm.
way of growing your social media presence.
Yeah.
You might consider, just think about it.
Yeah.
I'm not bending your elbow here, but just think about that. It's a way of growing your business. and getting people to see you. And then they start realizing, oh, he lives in our neighborhood. He knows about this neighborhood. What's one of the things you love to do? Talk about it. You might be surprised.
Mhm. When I didn't get to Renfest this year, but when Comic Con rolls around, that's when you'll probably see me really post
Okay.
my social stuff.
Yeah, but let's start
But
seeing a
that's
little
in
bit of, yes,
March.
let's start seeing a little bit of Jeff before rom-com. But you can start letting them know about this stuff. You can talk, you might be creating a niche if you're talking about some of your hobbies that you enjoy doing, you know. Um, like this is the best comic store in the neighborhood. I don't know if they still have those anymore, but
Yeah,
um,
I
you
could
know,
do that. I've been going around to um places. There's one downtown in Independence that I go to. There's one
yeah, just sometimes you just need to talk about what you
that's a
know.
good idea.
Yeah, talk about what you know, and it can be, it can be something as simple. Hey, this is Jeff, your local real estate agent, but one of my best hobbies is, Comic-Con and but I'm also into, these comics, and this is the best comic store, and let me tell you why. Just have a conversation like that, and it'll be like, it'll come so easily to you because you know about that stuff, you know. And then you might, but don't forget to throw in a little bit of real estate in there too, okay? Just to kind of, mix it up a little bit. So, so like that, you're selling without selling. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I can't wait to see some videos from you. And Amber, I'm still waiting for videos on you.
I know, I'm working up to it. I can't stand my own voice. I don't know how anybody else is going to, so Angel, I remember that one video you had posted where I don't know if you had meant to make your voice sound faster, um, or if, but I actually kind of liked it because I don't
The
really
Mickey
like
Mouse
listening
boy.
to myself. Yes. And I
No,
was like, ah, that's not a bad idea.
well, it's a great idea. I don't know how it happened. We would have to ask our good friend and realtor, Alice Ballou, because she helped me make that video, and somehow the voice got spat up. I'm not sure
It was an
how that
accident, I promise.
happened. But I think she was speeding up the video and it sped up my voice, something like that, right?
Well, normally it will speed up your voice. It just made your voice high pitched. It changed the tone of your voice for some reason, which it doesn't normally do. So we'll
Okay.
have to figure that out on your phone.
Well, Amber, you know what you need to do is you need to come in one day and meet up with Alice and I and have some fun making videos here in the office. That's how you can get some great practice.
I think I would love to do that.
Yeah, that's great practice. Great practice.
Maybe when you
We
guys
had
are planning on doing it next time, let me know and I'll join.
well, you just come on in on a Friday. We're here. We can make it happen. This Friday we sat there in my office. I have one of those rings, and Alice was showing me how to do the videos, sitting there reading the teleprompter, which is kind of fun. You just
Okay.
and the app helps you. You just put in the idea, and the app will create a speech for you. It's really fun. You got to come in and have fun with us.
Okay, will do.
Yeah. So, anyway, let's move on here. And so we talked about creating a system, time blocking, lead generation. making appointments, making sure making sure you create that system for your business and follow that system. Okay, now there'll come a time where you might have to outsource and we talked about that, about getting a transaction coordinator. Make sure sometimes, as we get better with the videos, we need to scale it up. And that'll be a time when you might need to get hire a professional person to kind of help you scale to the next level. Let's say, you have 1 million followers now and you need better quality videos at that point, get some freelancers. I found this, site called, and I know I'm gonna screw up the name, and Alice, you might know it, it's called, Fiverr.
It's Fiverr. And
And
there's other ones like that too.
yeah, and they help you upscale your medias, your social medias. They help you with your graphic. They help you with. I hired them to do my logo for my business, and they did a great job, an awesome job.
They're really good to hire for long form content if you're posting
Yeah.
like a YouTube video and you don't want to edit all your cuts and everything or put the graphics in. You can hire someone who does that on there. Or like you said, a logo creation. They're really good
Uh-huh.
for a bunch of various assistant tasks.
Uh-huh. I'm telling you, it's fun. I'm glad that I'm in the point of my business where I'm having fun again, because there was a time that I was almost burned out. Um, uh, but now I'm having fun again with you guys and being here at Keller Williams and learning how to do. I mean, I'm 60 years old, learning how to. I'm learning how to do videos. Uh, and which is a lot of fun, you know. So I'm sure that once I get to I'm here all the time, but once I'm only concentrating on real estate, I'm gonna have so much more fun making these videos and contents and growing my business that way. So it's all fantastic. So anyway, uh, it is now 12:45. What questions do you have for me, guys? Okay, so another way is, when you get to that point, make sure that all you are creating now um, you might have, a little bit of a hard time, but make sure you're creating your Google pages, okay? Because you want to start having folks grade your work, give you your stars. Don't be afraid to ask your clients to give you a 5-star review. Okay. It's very Just ask for it. Say, hey, if you just sold them a house, just remind them to go in and give you your reviews, because the more reviews you have, the better you start showing up on the internet. Because most people, they'll go into the internet and they'll type in um, for an agent, and the ones with the most stars, or I don't know, maybe Alice can tell me better how that works. You show up faster on that you pop up, when there's a whole system with algorithms and all that, that's
You
why.
should do some research on SEO friendly text, and you can add that into your alt text for your posts. We can ask maybe um, Brett to do a session on SEO and alt text. But when you add those into your business description, Google likes to put your page closer to the top of the list. I mean, it'll have its sponsored results up top, but I saw recently a Keller Williams agent come up. She didn't have a sponsored result, and she's from our office. I'll have to see who it was. She didn't have a sponsored result, but she came up before the AI result, and it's because she was using SEO friendly text in her alternate text. So it's nothing that people can see. It's kind of a little bit like soft coding for your page. And she just came up first. Maybe I searched older homes or something, or realtor in Kansas City. She just did some good coding for her page.
Cool. So if you're working with an IT guy and you have a web page, make sure that you're using, what's that called again? SEO or SIO friendly?
It's SEO friendly, search engine optimization, and you use that text in your alt text on your post or in your business description.
Yeah.
Alt text is alternative text that does not show up on your pages. It just gets used to boost it's like a bunch of words that you can throw in to boost your results for a search.
Awesome. So that's really good advice, guys. For you guys that are better at computers than I am. I personally, I have a IT guy that helps me with this stuff. So, and I also have you guys, because you guys know way more about this technology than I do. Okay, well, guys, if you don't have any more questions for me, if you do have more questions on scaling your business, please do not hesitate to send me a text or send me an email. But I do better with text, just FYI. Okay? Okay, guys,
Thank you, Angel.
have a fantastic week. And Amber,
Thanks.
Yes.
when you can, get into the office and we'll start making some videos.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Oh, Amber,
Yes, sir.
make sure that you're adding me as admin on your deals so I
Yes,
can
I'll
see.
take a look at it in just the next few minutes and make sure it's done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, have a great week, guys. Thanks.
Bye.